Hello guys, Zettia here with another World of Warships ship spotlight brought to you by TheMittaniTV. Today we're going to take a look at the Yamato, yes, our first tier 10. There's a lot of history behind this ship. We're going to take a look into that, as well as give you some tips and tricks when using her in game. The Yamato was named after an ancient province in Japan. Her construction was started in 1937, but she was not completed until shortly after Pearl Harbor. She was constructed in complete secrecy due to the fact that Japan was worried that she would be attacked. The Yamato was the largest battleship ever built, and with that came the largest guns ever put on a ship, 18 inches. The Japanese looked at the ship as a national symbol of pride. Because of her symbolic importance, the Yamato rarely saw combat. In fact, she never really saw combat until the end of the war. Her first major engagement was the Battle of Leyte Gulf, one of the biggest naval battles in history. The Yamato and her division were to take on the U.S. forces landing on the island of Leyte. As Japan opens fire, the U.S. fleet launches fighters and destroyers set smoke screens. The battle is in full swing. U.S. destroyers are making torpedo runs and taking damage. Japan has a number of severely damaged heavy cruisers. The damages are mounting up. After getting hit with a bomb, the admiral turns the Yamato and heads home. This engagement was a major blunder for Japan, mainly because they thought they were fighting the U.S. main fleet and not the smaller troop support force. Had the U.S. forces not fought so bravely, history of this battle might be told a little bit differently. With the U.S. approaching Okinawa, the Yamato would be sent on her final mission. She was to fight her way to the island with a number of smaller escort ships. There she would beach herself. The crew would use her to fight till she could no more. After that, they would make their way to the Japanese forces and reinforce them. Although this was a great plan, she would never make it there. She was spotted by U.S. aircraft and submarines. The U.S. launched a full-fledged attack, and the mighty warrior Yamato took at least 12 torpedoes and 6 bombs before she took most of her crew to the bottom. Alright, let's talk a little bit about gameplay. The Yamato is a fun ship, especially if you're a fan of longer matches. She has 9 460mm main cannons and 6 150mm secondaries. The firing is fairly accurate, and overall I was happy with the damage that the ship put out. In a danger-close situation, you should come out the winner. The turning is definitely acceptable for the size of ship, but I recommend using the steering gear modification too. This will help you dodge incoming torps and cuts your rudder shift time down to 14.7 seconds. The top speed is an impressive 27.4 knots, but still not as fast as her counterpart, the Montana. The Yamato is beastly, and with over 97,000 hit points, you feel like you're a god in this ship. When you take damage, and you're on fire or flooding, hold off on using that damage control. Take a look around, make sure there's nothing else headed your way, then use it. One thing to remember is that destroyers in tier 10 matches are no joke. Many times I found myself in battle with about 1/3 armor due to torpedoes and not ship-to-ship combat. Don't get me wrong, this ship is a tank, and you can definitely eat a number of torpedoes. Just try not to make a habit of it like I did. At this point, I have to say the most frustrating thing about the Yamato is not the ship itself. It's primarily game mechanics and the number of people playing at this level. I have found that playing in the Yamato can lead to longer wait times in queue, as well as oddly balanced matchmaker. To wrap things up, the Yamato is a fun ship, and the battles can truly be epic. I'm definitely going to keep it around because it's a tier 10, but in the future I would not rush or spend a whole lot of time to get into it. The truth is that the game is too new and there are too few players playing at this level. Your time is better spent in the lower tiers skilling up a number of ships at the same time. Well guys, thanks again for checking out this edition of Ship Spotlight. Let me know if you enjoyed it and leave me a like. Also, subs never hurt. As always, don't forget, for the latest in gaming, news, articles, and entertainment, click the link below and visit TheMittani.com. Thanks again, enjoy the grind, and have a great day.